It's time for another monthly show, your instalment of all the running news, advice and launches that you could ever shake a stick at.
Plus, stay tuned, Rick, because I've got some incredible tips for you, and the Treadmill Challenge is back, and this month it is me versus Sarah, so stay tuned to find out who wins. But here is a little glimpse of what's coming up. It's got some new activities that you can track.
Oh, I heard it's got bouldering.
Yeah! How do you know that? You can do it in Poland or South Africa have got a Z.
Yes, they have.
And there's one other place as well.
We're kicking off with Inside Track, our time to show you the hottest new launches of the month. And Anna, why are you looking so smug?
Because I get to test out the cool stuff this month.
Woohoo!
So
what have you got?
I've got the new Nike Streakflies. So I got to put them through their paces. I've been giving them a good test. Want to see how I got on?
Please do.
Go on then.
Whoop whoop! New shoe day. I've been desperate to get my hands on a pair of these. These are the brand new Nike Streakflies, and oh my goodness, they look beautiful. So these Nike say are for 5k and 10k training and racing as well, so fast ones. I'm going to go out for a run and put them to the test. Bit of a session today. Come join me. So, straight out of the box and on my feet, and I'm feeling like this is a lovely pair of shoes already. They are super light. They've got a much lower stack height than the other sort of famous Nike racing shoes. So think Vaporflies and Alphaflies. And that really makes them feel a bit more stable. So I'm just on my warm-up at the moment. I've got 2 sets of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minutes at 10k pace with 1 minute recoveries in between. So I suppose let's get cracking and put a bit of work in. I really like the lower stack height of this shoe. It makes the shoes feel a lot more responsive and you can feel the ground under your feet, but not in a bad way, if that makes sense. I can definitely see myself whizzing along at parkrun, or maybe in my 10k race that I've got coming up this weekend. I think these shoes perform really well during those shorter distance races. So Nike is synonymous with the carbon plate after the likes of the Vaporflies and the Alphaflies. And these shoes don't have that, but still feel fast. And there's a real good balance of stiffness in that midfoot because of the plate that they have used. It's made out of something called P-backs, and it gives you a propulsion, but without it feeling too stiff, which I think makes this a really great training shoe, because you're not going to want to be doing training runs all the time in carbon plated shoes. Kind of defeats the point of using them on race day. So that's my session done. They felt great. Overall impressions of the Nike Streakflies. I mean, it just feels like you're not wearing anything on your foot. They're so comfortable. Felt really fast in them without it feeling too forced. And this is definitely a shoe that I'll keep in my rotation for marathon training or for the speedier stuff.
Those shoes look fab.
Yeah, they really were.
Sticking with shoes, because we've got some other ones to show you this month, and starting with the Saucony Peregrine 12s.
It's like you practiced that, Rick.
Almost. So these shoes, they are named after the fastest bird in the world, the peregrine.
Oh, not ostrich.
No, it's the peregrine. Can you tell me how fast that bird can fly?
Not as fast as an ostrich.
Faster.
Really fast.
242 miles per hour.
That is really fast.
That is fast.
With no goggles on.
Isn't that incredible? No windshield whatsoever. Look at them. These shoes, 30 grams lighter than the previous version. And I'm thinking, right, 30 grams lighter. Yeah. How heavy were the last ones?
Oh, you mean they are quite chunky, but look at, you're going to be all right on the trails in those, aren't you?
Yeah, so the lugs Now, I actually was speaking to Anna before about lugs. What is a lug? It's these bits
Yeah, it's not
and the space in between them.
Yeah.
These have lots more lugs than the previous version. Actually, loads
More
for a trail
spaces.
shoe. Yeah, more spaces in between. So they're lighter. They've got the new lug design. And finally, there is an ST version, a soft terrain version for boggy conditions, which is separate to this one that we've got here. Yeah. So all round, quite a funky little number.
Yeah, I really like the colourway as well. I think there's a few different ones that you can get, but you won't be missed in those, will you, out on the trails? Next up, it is tech. So Garmin have got another launch. They've been busy this year.
Another one?
I know.
Another
one. So they've launched the Instinct 2 this month. So this is a real outdoorsy watch. So I am definitely on board with this because it is basically for your all-day adventurer. So if you're spending all day outdoors, the Instinct 2 is where it's at.
Right, okay.
Battery life, solar powered.
Forever.
Forever.
So it never runs out?
No.
You never have to charge this watch?
You've got sunlight.
Forever ever?
Well, I mean, forever ever. I mean, if you're indoors, obviously, you can charge it indoors. If you're outdoors, solar powered.
Like it.
Also, what I really love about this is that it's got a new, it's got some new activities that you can track.
Oh, I heard it's got bouldering.
Ah, yeah, bouldering.
Yeah. It's just very chunky, this watch. That's just my only, it's just really in your face.
Well, it's got all the different wellness features as well that you would expect from usual Garmin. So it's got like your menstrual tracking, body battery, stress and stuff. But then there's loads of different choices for the colours and the different editions as well. So that all affects the different prices. So go check out, have a little browse on the website and see all the different options. But yeah, no, I think it's a pretty meaty but pretty nifty watch.
Thank you very much, Anna Harding.
You're very welcome, Rick Kelsey.
Now it's time for all the latest running news with In the Loop.
If you're not familiar with In the Loop, then here's your reminder. Every month, another runner will be joining me to talk through our favourite and most important news stories from the month. And this month, I'm joined by Andy Madley.
Hey.
Should we go on a run?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Well, I'm going to kick off with a slight cheat one because this race technically was in January, but I feel like it deserved a mention. Arc of Attrition. Did you follow it?
Yes, I did. Well, I know all about it. It sounds absolutely brutal. 100 miles in Cornwall, both of those things combined. No, thank you.
And on the coast as well, like you're going up and down. There's a lot of elevation. It's 100 miles. It was through the night. The weather conditions weren't necessarily that great this year.
Yeah, I mean, everything conspired against them, I think, but there's some incredible performances.
Incredible. Special mention must go to Mark Derbyshire, who set a new course record.
Amazing.
And then Nikki Spinks, who was the fastest woman on the 2022 course. And also she was crewed by Damien Hall, a fellow ultra runner.
I love that, like the elites helping each other out. I think that really represents the amazing spirit of the running community.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So if you run 100 miles, I will happily crew you for that.
Thanks very much. Likewise, Sarah, likewise.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Andy. Let us know if you want to see either of us take on 100 miles.
No, absolutely not.
Andy, not me. So what news stories have captured you this month, Andy?
Well, from 100 miles to something much shorter and much more in my wheelhouse. There's a New Zealand miler called Nick Willis, who actually started his professional career before me, and we competed together at the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. He's an Olympic medalist, but he's still going and he's approaching 40. And actually recently he just ran his 20th consecutive year of running a sub 4-minute mile.
Wow, that is incredible. Does that make you want to run another sub 4 minute?
It makes me miss it. It makes me miss being that fast, but I just don't think I can do it anymore.
I mean, that's something that a lot of people can only dream of. And isn't it right as well that more people have climbed Everest than have run a sub 4-minute mile?
Yes, I think that is right, which is a really cool fact about 4-minute miling. And yeah, well done Nick, he's approaching 40 and still clocking out speeds like that. I think it's just incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Well, my other news story for you this month is it's February. What's February famous for? Valentine's Day.
Of course.
There is a runner called Min Reid who went through a bit of a tough divorce 13 years ago, and over lockdown decided that she wanted to find that special someone. And she's doing it through running. She is going to park runs and looking to find a partner. Isn't that so nice?
It's amazing, the power of running, the power of parkrun. And I don't know whether you knew, but Dave, who looks after the running channel's social media, he actually met his wife like that, and they've recently married.
Oh, that's amazing. Have any of you met your love of your lives through running? Let us know in the comments. And if there are any other news stories that you want us to talk about next month, let us know.
Every month, runners are going to put their bodies and minds to the test as they compete in the Treadmill Challenge.
Yeah, that's right. This month I went head to head with Sarah, the ultimate battle. But who do you think won, Rick, and took the Treadmill Trivia crown?
I imagine it was too close to call. Fence.
No, you can't go on the fence. You have to pick one.
Photo finish.
No, that's not an option. Pick one.
Okay, let's just find out.
Right, you ready for a challenge?
Oh yeah, come on.
Let's get up to speed.
Here are the challenge rules. Runners start at marathon pace and ask each other questions. For every wrong question, they put their speed up by 1 kilometre per hour. But for every right question, the other runner has to put their speed up by 1 kilometre per hour. Last runner standing wins.
I am
Okay,
up to speed.
Up to speed. Let's go.
Oh, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Who ran the first? Oh, what? Who ran the first 4-minute mile?
Roger Bannister.
Put my speed up by
Yeah. On average, which sports participants have the highest VO2 max?
Cross-country skiers.
Yeah! What? How do you know that?
Because I wrote the VO2 max video. How many laps of an outdoor track is 5,000 metres?
Oh, 4 times. How many?
Come on.
8.
Right. Put the speed up, 12 and a half.
Okay, how more people climbed Everest or run a sub 4-minute mile? Can't read. Gonna have to rush you.
Climbed Everest. Yeah! Put your speed up.
Okay,
The marathon distance is 26 miles. And how many yards?
oh come on, who knows that?
I know this.
200 metres a mile.
Come on.
50?
No. Put your speed up. 385.
Which 3 colours are present on the German flag?
Sorry, Sarah. Black, yellow, and red. Put your speed up. What is the standard unit of electrical power?
What?
Hey, well done.
Which artist painted Starry Night?
A favourite of mine, Vincent van Gogh. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh dear, she's out. Whew. Love a bit of general knowledge, me.
She's as cool as a cucumber.
Love that. Can you do it again?
No. No, you can't.
Do you want to go into the pub quiz on Thursday?
No, well, do you want me on your team?
No, 1 second. That's not really.
Oh, fair play, well done.
Well, I might not be as fast as Sarah, but my general knowledge just took it a little bit there.
Yeah, you did really well. I'm proud of you.
Why did that not sound sincere? Come on, it's time for AskTRC. This is the bit where we ask you, the Running Channel viewers, to give us questions to answer. Please do keep sending them through to AskTRC@therunningchannel.com. We love going through them each month. Shall I start off this one?
Kick it off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll kick off in a minute with you.
Okay. What have you got?
Right, this question is from Richard Studzinski.
Hello, Richard.
So Richard wants to know, hi everyone at the Running Channel. Hello. Thanks for all the great content, great advice and entertainment. I love watching your videos. Thank you. So, could you do a section on us runners who are over 50 and 60? It would be great to listen to any tips you might have. I know we must be doing something right to still be running in our 60s, but it would be great to hear your advice on training and stamina and how to run better. And dare I say it, quicker. Rick, I mean, as someone who's over 50 and 60, over to you.
Well, as someone who's in my 30s, I've got knees of someone in my 60s. So
you're throwing it back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so a really good place to start, Richard. We have got a video on the channel which is tips for how to run into older age. We've got to be really careful with the way that we say this. We're not calling you old. We're just saying as you get into older age, there are different things that you have to think about as runners and in life in general. So our peak fitness is around in our 20s. So, you know, Rick, you and I are both past our prime as it is.
But then if you didn't work up to it in your 20s, you can work up to it later.
Well, I mean, yeah, the other thing to think about as well is obviously you can't compare your running now to running when you were younger if you've been running for a long time. So a really good way to actually compare how your fitness is now compared to where you were is age grading. So have you seen that thing on parkrun, for example? So you'll get an age grading percentage. So there are lots of different ways to work out the age grading formula. There's lots of tips on how to do that online. But basically it gives you a percentage of sort of where roughly your performance is compared to like the top end of your age. So I like to compare my parkrun times with a friend of mine who is younger than me by our age grading. So we're actually a similar fitness level because our age grading is around 60%.
That's really interesting. You just look a little bit deeper into the numbers.
Exactly. So he's like younger than me and 2 minutes quicker than me over 5K, but we're of a similar 5K fitness.
Kind of ability, if you look at it that way.
So yeah, a couple of tips there for you, Richard. Hopefully that's useful.
Yeah, really good. My question is from Freya, who wrote in to say, "Hi guys, I'm midway through training for a half marathon, but," and she's just found this out, "it's been postponed for 10 weeks. I wonder which one this is.
I think I know which one it is.
She says, "I've been really enjoying my training and I'm obviously very disappointed by the news. Any tips for keeping up momentum and motivation over the longer time frame? I've signed up for an interim half, but don't want to peak or crash too early." This is a really good question.
Oh, it's just giving me diary anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I would say, just to start off with, immediately work your way back from where you were. So if this has been postponed 10 weeks, look at your training plan, which hopefully you had from the start, and go back to your 10-week point before the half marathon, because otherwise you don't want to be doing too much or too little. Yeah. And the danger here is you've got yourself to a level of fitness, but actually it's probably not sustainable in the current cycle for a race, because don't forget, we all have different plans. Even the highest of professional athletes will have a training plan and they will hit certain peaks and levels, and it's not necessarily just pure fitness, it's just the level of where you are in that cycle ahead of that race. So you need to go back 10 weeks and kind of start up there. And then from that point, you need to go, well, actually, how am I not going to get bored with this?
True, this is true, but you've got that interim half as well that you've now booked in. So that's another thing to look at too, because what are you going to do with that interim half? Because if you're going to aim to try and race it as hard as the original race that's now been postponed, then you're actually going to need to get fitter, quicker to reach that interim one. So is that just going to be a long run within your training? So really focus on the goals that you want to set for each of those races before you go into them.
And vary your sessions week by week as you go into it. I'd be also looking at probably a 5K and a 10K and mixing up some different park runs in that. Yeah. So to summarise, go back to your 10 weeks, work from that point, mix it up with some different intensities of training and try and add in some additional races, 5Ks, 10Ks, park runs, and keep it interesting. Best of luck, Freya. Let us know how you get on.
Really great tips there, Rick. Thanks very much. That is all for AskTRC for this month, but maybe you've got a would you rather, a burning conundrum to do with running.
Or would you rather?
Would you rather run at night or in the morning?
In the morning, every time.
Would you rather run in mud or on ice?
See,
we'll keep them for next month. If you've got some burning questions for us, email them to asktrc@therunningchannel.com. Next up, we're going to hand over to you guys who've been telling us your stories all about your amazing running challenges from this month.
Would you rather run with Rick or Sarah?
Anna. This month we're kicking off Seen on My Run with one runner's achievement in the world of parkrun. Your favourite, Rick?
Yes, Lydia Wilgress has successfully completed the parkrun alphabet. I know you were after doing that at one point. She's completed 26 different parkruns, each beginning with one of the letters of the alphabet. Now I know there's one question just ticking in your mind, how did she do that letter? Well, it's coming up. Let's take a glimpse at the alphabet experience.
Hi, my name's Lydia. I'm a runner from South East London and I've just done the parkrun alphabet.
that's a great achievement. However, as a stickler for detail, what I would say is that it's not the full alphabet. And you can't do the full alphabetier challenge like doing parkrun because there is no X.
Ah, Exeter, an ancient city dating back to the Roman era with a Gothic cathedral at its centre.
Well, yes, no, I know that she did Exeter.
Big fan of Exeter, big fan.
That's great. And well done. Like, genuinely well done, Lydia. You said about me being sort of wanting to do that as well. It's not something that I've actually thought too much about, but I have done 29 different locations at parkrun.
In the UK?
No, all over. I've done them in Paris and I've done them in Jersey and I've done 48% of the alphabet.
That's impressive. I've always wanted to get to Shetland, and I was impressed that Lydia got to ZoomX in Poland.
Yeah, that's very cool because you can do it in Poland, or South Africa have got a Z.
Yes, they have.
And there's one other place as well. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. And
Lydia is writing a blog for us on the Running Channel website, so do check that out.
Read more about it. Read more about it. Sorry. Right, we also wanted to share Louis Alexander's story this month. So this one is amazing as well. Louis is running 17 marathons in 17 days. So one marathon a day for 17
I don't know how people do this
days.
stuff.
No, neither do I. Like running any number of days in a row at any distance is going to be tricky with no rest days. But yeah, he's going to explain to us why it is he's doing this challenge.
Hi, my name's Louis Alexander. I'm a 22-year-old British adventurer with a focus on ultra running, hiking and mountaineering. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be running 17 marathons in 17 consecutive days for the 17 years my grandfather lived with dementia, in the hope to raise £17,000 for Alzheimer's Research UK. Training's gone really well for this challenge. I was averaging about 75 to 100 kilometres a week, and I got through with no injuries, which is the absolute priority. I'm just excited to start now, so thank you for the support.
What an amazing reason to undertake such a tough challenge.
17 years he lived with it for, and that's why he's doing the 17 marathons.
I know, and he's hoping to raise £17,000 in the process in aid of Alzheimer's Research UK too. So Louis is partway through his challenge as we speak. So all of us at the Running Channel are fully behind you, Louis. Keep going, be strong, you can do this. And if you want to support Louis throughout his challenge as well, then check out the link to his Instagram, which is in the description of this video.
Yeah, well played, mate. Now, if you've got an epic challenge that you think that we should know about, then why not tell us about it? You can drop us a DM on social media, you can write it in the link below this video, or you can email us at community@therunningchannel.com. We could be featuring you on our next monthly show.
The only thing we don't accept is carrier pigeon. And sadly, that brings us to the end of this month's monthly show.
I've had fun this month.
Yeah, it has been super fun. What's your favourite bit been? Tell us in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed it, make sure you click subscribe to the Running Channel. We'll see you next month.
See ya.